What up, YouTube? Snoop12922. This is going to be my video for the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, and got my names and everything listed here. Just before I get into this, I was watching Ed Whiskergriff's video, and apparently there are a lot of people out there that have a lot of questions and thoughts and conspiracy theories about the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. And let me answer a few of them, okay? Now, I can't talk about all of it because I don't want to get in trouble. But let me answer some of your questions. First of all, for all of you wondering about the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, it's not like what you think. It's almost, think of a shadow group, okay? Think of something that's there, but it's not really there. You kind of catch my drift of what I'm talking about. Like the Freemasons or the Illuminati. They're there. They're not really there. You know what I mean? Or even the Bilderberg Group. That's a much better example, the Bilderberg Group. If you don't know what the Bilderberg Group is, Google it, look it up, you'll find out. That's more of what the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame is. You see, I can't talk too much about it because I'm in it. You know, I haven't made a video in several months. I've been traveling. You know, me and the wife, we've been coast to coast flying. You know, just out having fun. That's one of the perks of being in the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. I know there was one theory about you don't have to pay to get into the National. Yeah, that's true. You know, you kind of gotta wonder, how come all of these YouTube Hall of Famers, when they're at the National or any other sports card event, they're staying in the nicest hotels, the Radissons, the Hyatts, the Hiltons. Coincidence? I mean, come on now. You know, and another thing was, once you become a YouTube Hall of Fame member, you start getting into vintage and graded cards and all of that stuff, and it's easy to get into that when you get them slabbed for free, you know. So I can't get too much into it. Since I became a YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame member, I guess you can kind of notice that my collection went way different, a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't talk too much about it, but I just answer a few of your questions. You know, a lot of those theories are out there. Anyway, I'm gonna do another video later on. You know, maybe we can clear up some of that stuff. Maybe I can't. I gotta make some phone calls, find out. Anyway, let me get into my YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame nomination list, and I've got 10 names here. This year, I did mine by more of longevity on YouTube. I wanted to more pay some homage to the OGs out there, the OGs that are even before when I started. I already see this video is like 3:30, and I got to make this much shorter. I don't have a lot of time with this because I'm busy. You know, YouTube Sports Card Hall of Famers, we're busy. So this is in no particular order, but my first person I'm going to nominate has probably the greatest Johnny Bench collection on YouTube, and probably one of the greatest ones in the world, is Jericho 941 IMI Michael Shane. He's been on YouTube for 12 years. You guys should really check out some of his videos, and I will put links to everybody down below in the comments section. Second is Amish Dave Archer Dave. Dave has been on here for 13 years, and he's part of the Insert Podcast Revolution. Dave is consistently, you know, he puts up videos, and when he doesn't put up a video, he's still on the podcast. So, you know, hats off to you, Dave. I have to nominate you. BD Kane 721, Saul. He's been on here for 12 years. Still videos and everything. The next one is Purple GT 22 Steve. You know, Steve's been on here 12 years. He's been through a lot. Steve just takes you in with his family. his stuff that he's going through, you know, whether it's family emergencies or, you know, him with his business that he does. You know, Steve is right there, and Steve has been consistent for 12 years. And you got to check out a lot of his older videos with the wrestling stuff. Absolutely hilarious, the stuff that Steve would do. Next one is Broncos fan 79, Steve. He's the other part of the insert podcast revolution. Steve's been on here for 13 years making videos, and he still makes videos aside from the podcast revolution. So I had to throw in a nomination for him. The next one, has been on YouTube longer than anybody else on this list. Yeah, most people know him as Motown Phil, Squeepa 21. I can't say enough about him. I've met him several times. Wish we could have got some chance to talk at National, but he was on his way out to get his kids, and, you know, I understand that. But Squeepa 21 Phil, consistently 16 years on YouTube. Every other week you can count on a video from Phil. That's just how he is. Phil has been on here a very long time and still doing videos. Got to show some love to Phil. The next one is a friend of mine. You know, I don't message and we don't chat as much as we used to. We need to get back to talking and everything. But Jimmy Guns. Jimmy Guns does a lot for the community. Jimmy has been on here for 6 years, and he's always doing auctions for charities. And, you know, Jimmy's just a great guy. And one thing about Jimmy, what you see on camera is what you get. And Jimmy, we still owe each other a beer when we finally meet up again. And next on my list, Vintage Card Curator. Keith, you guys know I love videos with a lot of editing, a lot of thought, a lot of stuff put into them. And this is what Keith does. Keith does not upload a video like every week, every other week. But when he uploads one, you really want to watch it. It's very thought-provoking. It's a ton of research. And he puts a lot of time in his videos, and I respect that. Keith's been on here for 5 years, so you guys should check out Vintage Card Curator. Next is Because I'm Carlos. I mean, what can I say? He's very opinionated. He does his Friday live streams, and he's been on here for 8 years, just steadily doing stuff. So, Because I'm Carlos, absolutely, going to nominate him. The next one is probably going to be a little bit controversial. Some like him, some don't. But the two brothers, Ryan and his brother, I believe his brother's name is Brian, you know, these guys are the OGs of bringing hobby news to YouTube. They were the reason back in 2019 and 2020 I did Around the Hobby. And the only reason I did Around the Hobby was because they had stopped with a lot of their videos every week, and they were concentrating a lot on their Facebook page. And anyway, it's another story, but, you know, I have to nominate SCR, Sports Card Radio. Those guys have been on here doing this for 14 years, and they're still bringing hobby news out to everybody in the collecting community. The last one I would like to nominate, he has been on here just about as long as Phil. Lots of time on here. Almost, I believe he's about 30, 31 now. So half of his life he's been doing YouTube. He started at around 15 years old, and that is Maxa Jackson. Maxa, I mean, he doesn't do a video like every week, every other week. A lot of times he's just once a month, and sometimes he's not even once a month. He's another month out. But it's because Maxa collects T206 cards. And those of you that collect those pre-war T206s, you know how expensive they're going to be. And Maxa is really looking at certain conditions for the cards that he wants. And he's slowly building his setup. When he does his video, you get a great history lesson on the card, on the player, everything. 15 years on YouTube and still doing videos. Got to give my props to you, Maxa Jackson. So there you go, guys. I hope I answered a few questions about this whole YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame thing, and my list right here of the channels I wanted to nominate. I will be a link in the description down below for everybody. Hey, Jake, thank you for continuing to keep this going. It's a lot of fun, and I've found several channels now I've added to my list. And hey, guys, I will be back to making videos. You know, all this traveling. What can I say? You guys take it easy. Stay blessed. I'll see you.